Are you looking for the best seafood boil in Hampton Roads? Boil Bay, hands down, has the best Cajun seafood boil in the 757. Get a seafood combo with choices of Alaskan snow crab legs, shrimp, raw fish, green mussels, with choice of sauce. Boil Bay sauce being the best option. Not to forget our incredible po' boy sandwiches. Boil Bay has a full bar including specialty cocktails, live music every Friday and Saturday night with happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 12:30 to 6. Ladies' night is every Wednesday. Come out to Boil Bay Cajun Seafood on Holland Road in Virginia Beach, where we've got happiness in the bag. Boil Bay is a proud sponsor of Passing the Bar podcast.
Guys, welcome back to Passing the Bar podcast, where we're a group of bartenders that talk about the ups and the downs of the industry and all the social issues that we deal with. My name is Chris Pryor, and today I'm joined by Steve.
What's going on, everyone?
Unfortunately, Evan cannot be with us today. So we miss you, Evan. We miss you, but we're glad that you're doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Shout out to the family, and I hope that they love you as much as we miss you. And today, for our episode's guest, we have Autumn Hillman. She is the local rep for Founders Brewing Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So,
hello.
Hey,
Welcome, Autumn.
thanks for being on. I'm just going to hop into it. I thought I was going to hop into it. But anyway, so, you know, being a woman in a male-dominated industry, especially so much as beer, how is that? Like, how, you know?
At times, it definitely could be difficult, but I feel like sometimes it gives me a little bit of an upper hand because people never really know what to expect.
Yeah.
Because they always expect less.
Nice.
So,
oh, wow.
that's how I see it.
Ooh, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
find-
probably like, oh, this girl doesn't know what she's talking
Right.
about.
It's
Do you
like-
get that a lot?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I'm so in my head I'm imagining back in the schoolyard, you know, when we were like playing basketball and shit, you know, and Autumn's like the girl, you know, but she's like the bitch that can dunk, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
am
yeah.
6'1", so there's that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
there it
You know,
is.
they're like, yeah, I guess we'll pick her. You know, she shows up, they're like, girl's a girl. She's like crosses up everybody, you know. And you're like,
Snapping ankles left and right.
you know, but like, you know, so Founders Brewing Company, you guys are out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Mm-hmm. And what is your role for the company?
So I'm the sales rep for all of Hampton Roads, pretty much all the way up until Richmond and all the way as far out until like Smithfield, Isle of Wight, all those kind of places.
So you you have accounts in a almost 200 square mile radius.
Pretty
Or
much,
square-
yeah.
200 square mile
Damn,
area.
that's massive.
Yeah, there's hundreds, so many. All bars, restaurants, pretty much anybody who has a liquor license.
Dang.
Some places I have to go to more often just because they get, I don't know, buy more, I guess you could say. But
Yeah. Do you ever find yourself out in like bumfuck nowhere, Virginia?
There are a couple places, about one in Gloucester,
Sounds about right.
3 out in Smithfield, way out there. Suffolk has a couple, but of course mainly it's downtown Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and some places in Chesapeake, wherever craft beer is sold, pretty much. So
Yeah. So how, like, speaking of craft beer, you guys are a very large national brand. I mean, a lot of the one of the I believe one of the main successes that you guys have, the KBS, and that is the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Stout, correct? Nope. So one of your biggest successes is KBS, which is the Kentucky Breakfast Stout.
yes.
Which is delicious, by the way. We are definitely partaking in this as we are talking to you live.
Oh, yes.
And it is delicious. It is a double chocolate coffee oatmeal stout that goes down very smooth. So well done. So
Yes.
you have a huge radius that you're looking after. So Founders, how much reach do they have? So it's a national brand.
Yes.
It's all over the country.
It's in every state.
Every single
As
state.
of about 5 months ago, I believe, we hit the last one.
Wow. Which was the
What was
last
the last
one?
one? Yeah.
Hawaii.
Those fuckers.
fucking
all the
Hawaii.
way out there. No, we love you, Hawaii.
But like
The
each,
two hardest states to go into are usually Hawaii, just because of shipping, and Utah, because
Utah is crazy with their laws,
their laws.
right?
It's like 3.2 laws or something, or I don't know.
Like, no, the beers can't be over like 3.2.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. It's
Yeah. No, my buddy, he
you pretty much have to
bartended in
water it
Utah,
down.
and he was like, not the city for it, because people can't drink enough to
Yeah.
make enough money, while bartending. So yeah, that's interesting.
That is crazy. But what's also crazy to me that they have so many like amazing, like ski resorts up there too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of my old roommates, her sister, she lives up there, and they took a trip, and she would like call her sister to like, hey, look, we're gonna come here. I've got like 10 or 12 people that are showing up. Like, can you just go and travel to wherever you need to travel to go get the things? You know what I mean? Like, and bring them so we can meet up and we can have a good time up here. But fuck that place. If I can just say it, like, god damn it.
Well, considering most of our stouts are like between 8.6 and 12%, if not more, it would be a very difficult state.
We're going to serve it to you,
yeah.
but you can only get about 2 ounces.
Yes, 2 ounces at a time. Some watered down stuff, but it's okay. Still beer, right?
It's still beer. Yeah.
I mean, to them,
Technically, I guess.
they're like, oh, Jesus loves us or whatever. Sorry. That's where Jesus like died, right?
Pretty much.
I
mean,
because that's why they can still hold on to those many laws. Fuck. But no, it's just like Hawaii. It's absolutely dope. I fucking love Hawaii, by the way.
that's great. But I can imagine the logistics behind that.
Oh, yeah. Trying to keep beer cold long enough to actually stay good, that's a big problem.
And the whole, so I don't know the science behind it, but when you travel, through the air, that kind of affects the flavor profile of beers and wines.
Yeah, the pressure
et cetera.
in it.
The pressure, yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing too.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I only know that. I'm I'm an avid movie watcher, and I watched Bottle Shock the other day about, what happened, in France when they had the whole wine competition and Sonoma Valley won. But there was the whole thing of like, did they win because of the bottle shock? Because the pressure changed the flavor profile of the wine.
Huh.
Yeah.
They made a movie about that.
Yeah.
You can make a fucking movie about anything these days. That is... I've never seen
But
that
I
movie.
feel like the temperature or the pressure is regulated. I guess it depends on the plane. Because they don't technically regulate pressure that much in
Not on the...
like passenger ones. Like
Oh,
in the
like
where the
cargo?
luggage goes.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. So
Science.
So fucking science.
thing.
So KBS is like, you guys is like number one like seller, and up until I believe it's this upcoming year, it's only been released
In March.
one time a year.
One time a year.
Oh,
One
okay.
drop.
And it's like, it's one of those things that it comes in, it's allotted essentially, to like the different accounts that they have. And then if you're lucky to get it, you're fucking lucky to get it. And if you don't get it, then you have to go to the place that has it, and then people tap it, and like by the end of the day, gone. Like that.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
So did you develop your marketing plan based on that? Like are you trying to have, I guess, a certain amount available so that people are more hungry and more apt to going out and buying it?
Yes. I believe at first they started doing it that way. And then they slowly started increasing it just because people were very upset that you could never find it anywhere.
Yeah.
So we kind of started doing that, but then we decided to make a little bit more of a change with CBS, and they do CBS in a lot smaller events or amounts, and that is the Canadian Breakfast Stout, which is aged in maple bourbon barrels. That one is a lot less quantities.
And I think this year you guys are launching KBS year-round.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Starting in February.
There's going to be some drunk motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
They had some good reasons behind it. It's actually the second best-selling barrel-aged stout in the country.
Oh, wow.
And only second to Dragon's Milk, which is a year-round. So the fact that with ours being one release in March, it's been able to make it to the second spot. We figure if we can go year-round too, then it'll...
That's
gotta-
incredible.
then
So
it's gotta
you're
be able to-
already in the second spot and only releasing in March
Yep.
so far. Wow. That's incredible.
And these
well
other
done.
guys, they release all year round, and they're number one. So that means that you guys are fucking killing it on sales with this shit. And to be honest, coming from my standpoint, the way that it feels and looks to me is that you guys should be taking over that number one spot.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
by far.
sounds like you got a pretty busy like year coming up. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
A lot of brewery reps in the area, they say this is a slower time of year with the holidays and cold season, but because we're a Michigan-based company, of course, we're known for dark beers because it's cold. So this is when I get busy because we have all the different barrel-aged, all the different variants now coming out, which is this will be the first year we have a variant of KBS, and that will be actually in this area this week, so that'll be exciting. KBS Espresso.
Oh, I love that.
So by the time this episode launches, it'll be out in stores. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
It actually left the brewery today.
Oh, wow.
It's on a truck here.
God damn. Speaking into the future, tonight, go pick yourself up a little bit of that KBS espresso. You know what I mean? Sit by a nice fire. You know what I mean? Maybe roast some chestnuts.
Bearskin rug.
There's
Just really take advantage of the holidays, you guys. Light that fire and get that oil. Light some candles.
You can hear the saxophones now.
Wow, 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 wow.
baby.
And put on some Barry White.
Oh my god.
So, Autumn, so are you originally from Virginia Beach?
Yes, born and raised here my whole life.
Okay, right on.
Yep.
How did you get into Founders?
How'd you get into beer?
Yeah. More importantly.
Yeah.
More importantly.
Let's talk about you and beer.
So it was kind of by accident, but I guess also by luck. I was working at Topgolf for a while, and I loved my job there as a trainer, and I was an event ambassador, so I worked all the big events that came in. And then one time I got to choose which event I was working just because I was event ambassador of the month, and I chose one, like everybody else, with the biggest tip out. And
Good for you.
yes,
You know
of
what you're doing.
course. Make a lot of money really fast.
Right.
That ended up being the entire sales team for Green Flash. It was about a year, well, a little bit less than that, before Green Flash actually opened. I met the CEO and the guy who's going to be the manager. They offered me the job. Within the next month, I got the job, and then I started studying. Was a tour guide at Green Flash for the duration of the building's opening, and then became a manager at a brewery just down the street called River Beach. And from there, I just knew beer people, and someone said, "Hey, Founders is hiring," and I was like, "Hey, it's interview prep. Why not?"
There you go.
That's
And it
awesome.
worked out well.
Hey, that's
no,
great.
fucking, I mean, once again, we all go through like the paces, of the industry, depending on where you start and where you finish.
Having a brewery background definitely helped.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people tried to apply for the job, and even if I was not as prepared as they were, because I worked at so many different breweries and I was a manager and I was able to understand that kind of side of the business,
Right.
that they said that's kind of what put me ahead of everybody else. So yeah,
That's awesome.
doing
Well,
your time, I guess.
Congratulations. That's great.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
That is cool. So, because here in Hampton Roads in Virginia, we've got such a strong like local craft beer scene. Do you find it easier or more difficult to kind of break into like new accounts, especially down here in like the resort area? Because I have my own like thoughts about it, but I think that most of the transient guests that we get that come down here are like looking for something that's like local, right?
Yeah.
They want to hear,
At least something different.
Different.
That they
Definitely
haven't
different.
tried before. Yeah.
Definitely different. Do you
Well, I
find-
think that's the good thing about Founders is we definitely have a lot of things that are different. If you look at our entire portfolio, we pretty much have a beer for every style of beer that there is. And don't hold me to that with the Brewers Association
Yeah.
because Lord knows they're adding more every single year.
True.
But we try
Double
to
Hefeweizen,
Yes.
wider Weizenweiss beer. Almost
white pastry, blah blah blah, all mixed together in one. And
I fucking,
I'm just like, what?
I went to I went to the Vale last night. This is I know we're talking Founders right now, but
It's okay, I haven't been yet.
it's cool. I like it, But I went to the Vale, and I'm like, it was me and my girlfriend, and we like walk up to the line, and they're like, all right, you're next, and we're like, okay, and they've got 2 projector screens of their fucking menu, and I swear to God, it had to be like 20 feet wide. You know what I mean?
And this is
about-
just like a drink menu?
This is just their beer menu,
Just
bro.
the beer menu.
They had
Like, not
they had
even like
they had 40,
tapas.
They had 40, no, not even food.
Okay.
The food was in another section of the place, but they had like 40 beers on
That
tap.
was on an 80-foot screen.
40 beers on tap that were all different, and I'm like, I get to like the third one because I'm trying to read the description, and it's like, you know, they named them like some weird shit, you know.
Swizzle, fizzle, pumpkin nickel.
No, it was even weirder than that. It was like they are cubed or never thirsty or some shit like that, you know. So I'm like, I got to the third one. It's like Berliner Hefeweizen with watermelon and